Okay, good evening or good morning. I see there's somebody here. I'm sorry, my connection is not behaving very well at the moment, which doesn't help. So in a minute you're going to say, okay, we've now got 3 people here. So click. Yes, well, 2 again. It's you're both trying to connect. And 3 again. That sounds good, and the connection looks good again for a minute. It's flashing on and off, which is not a good thing. Okay, I'm going to give a class about these things that Dimitrios asked me for. I think maybe just to warm up. Yeah, you're having problems getting into here as well. Let's see. Okay, it says the stream is going well. Okay, so anyway, let's see. I'm going to try starting. I'm sorry about the quality of the stream here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some numbers, and I just want you to write what you hear. I think the stream has kicked you out. I get this feeling, and you're now desperately trying to reconnect to it. Well, these things happen. I hope it starts to behave better as time goes on. Well, I'm here at least. So yes, it's got now 1 and 2 and so. Okay, so there are going to be 2 of us today. We should have head through this. Who I think is somewhere in either Central or South America, and we have Dimitrios, who is in London. Okay, so let's see if you can answer me. Hi there. Yes, we've got a little bit more stability on the connection now. So we're still waiting. So I'm still wondering if you can hear me or not. Sooner or later, with a bit of luck, you'll be able to send me messages. The wonders of technology. I guess it's the way things go. That's the problem. I live in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes when the wind is up, the connection just cuts intermittently off and on. It looks okay at the moment. Okay, well, I'll keep waiting. I'll stay here and see if anything gets better. Let me check and see. Maybe it's on. Maybe you're on the other link. Okay, I think we're probably connected again. Let's try this. Okay, so yeah, I'm here and you can see me. Let's see. I'm really sorry about this. It's not been the most successful start for today's stream. I feel a bit like I'm wasting your time. And yeah, the connection's there now. Okay. Yes. Okay. I finally got some answer from Demetrios. Okay, I can actually see you. So, hi, Demetrios. How are you today? It's good to see you. It looks like you've been sending me messages and I haven't been seeing them. It's been to do with my connection. Are you still? Yeah, I think you. I get the feeling you're still there, Demetrios. Very definitely. That's what the system is telling me. And it says I've got good connection and everything. So let's see if it's going to allow me to see what you're saying. Okay, it's still moving forward. Took me 15 minutes to get there. One concurrent viewer. Doesn't look like you're on now. Okay, it looks like we're all in here in the stream now. Let's see if it's going to give me some words from you. So, ha. Let's see if it's actually working. Is it actually working or not? Ah, yes, there you go, Demetrios. Hi. That's good. Okay, so Demetrios, I think if you're here, what I'm going to start is with I was going to give you some numbers just to get. So, for example, if I say the number 73, you just write 73 like that, yeah? Or if I write 495, that's all you've got to do. So the first number is 19. Okay, so 19. Let's see if we can get actually get this off the ground and working. Yeah, it looks like my connection's not problematic now. It seems to have got better. Okay, so the first number is 19. 19. If you could write that for me. Okay, yeah, so exactly 73. No, but what I'm saying is all you have to do is write it in numbers. So if I say 7,433, then you write like that. Just write it in numbers. Okay, so I think there's probably quite a lag on the line, but it's not. Okay, so that was the question. My first one was 19. 19. 1 9. Okay, so the next one, 916, 916, 916, 916, 916, 916, 916. See how long it takes for this to come through. 916, 916. Yeah, you're definitely connected now. 916. Yeah, it'll come through. So 916, 916. Okay, that's good, Demetrios. You got this one. And then the next one, 1,990. 1,990. 1,990. 1,990. 1,990. 1,990. Okay, so 916 was definitely correct. 916 was correct. The next one is 1,990. 1,990. Okay, and again 1,990. So clearly you've got a little bit of difficulty with this 19 and 90 sound. Okay, the next one is 16,717. 16,717. 16,717. 16,717. 16,717. And while we're getting on with it, I'm going to give you the next one as well, because there seems to be a rather large lag on the line. 180,118. Okay, 180,118. That's very good. You got that one right, Demetrios. Good. Yeah, 16,717. That's the right one. And the next one is 180,118. 180,118. 180,118. 180,118. 180,118. Good, that's great. The next one is 1,690,415. 1,960,415. Yeah, that one's good. So 1,960,415. 1,960,415. 1,960,415. And I'm going to give you the next one while we're at it. 16,660,616. 16,660,616. 16,660,616. Well, you got a 9. Okay, so let me get. That's better with the previous one. Let me paste it here. 1,960,415. You got that one right. Okay, the next one is 16,660,616. 16,660,616. 16,616,000. Sorry, 16,660,616. 16,660,616. These numbers are starting to get long. So 16,660,616. Let's see what you got. I think you got the right one, very definitely. Okay, and one last one. 818,880,818. 818,880,818. 818,880,818. To me it looks like we've got head through this in as well, which would be a really good thing. Okay, 818,880,818. 818,880,818. And again, 818,880,818. And so, one more time, 818,880,818. And again, 818,880,818. This is the last one, by the way, Dimitri. And I think it's bounced head through this. Okay, 818, and let's see. Yes, you've got it, you've got it, you've got it. Well done. Congratulations, Dimitrios. Yeah, you've definitely got this one. That's really good. Okay, so let's change. Let's see, you asked me several things to look at. So let's try this. You said you wanted me to look at the difference between hop, jump, leap. Well, you just said hop and jump, but I've added leap and skip. Okay, let's see. To start with, to hop is very often on one foot. Yeah, so you've got one foot and you hop up and down on one foot. Now, we also use hop meaning to jump. So hop in the car, yeah? Um, uh, and here we're using hop meaning move quickly, yeah? Um, I could say jump in the car as well. Okay, then we're looking at these two words, to leap. To leap has the idea of a big jump. Yeah, a leap is a really big jump. Okay, whereas a hop is a much smaller jump or a much smaller distance. For example, a frog hops. Or a short journey. You could say it's a short hop from London to Brighton, for example. Yeah? Okay, so a hop, a trajectory, a distance. Whereas it's a big leap from London to New York. Okay, so leap is like a big jump, a leap in the dark. Look before you leap, before you take a big jump. And then the final one is to skip. Well, you skip a rope. For example, if you have a piece of rope and you hold it in both hands and then you move it round and round, you skip over the rope. To skip is like little jumps. You could skip if you were happy as well. Yeah. I know skip has other meanings. Let's skip this question. But you could to skip. So he was very happy and he skipped all the way to work. So let's see. Could you give me a sentence using hop? Yeah. So could you try giving me a sentence using hop? And then I'd like another sentence using jump, and then one using leap, and one using skip. Whoops, I haven't actually put anything on here. So here are these. These were the numbers that we did. I should have probably put them there earlier, but well, better late than never, as they say. Okay, so to hop, a small jump like a frog, to jump on one leg. Yeah, jump is the generic word, whereas a leap is a great big leap, is a great huge jump. He leaped across the river. Yeah, this is a leap of faith, a leap into the future. And then to skip, these are little jumps, but skip implies you're happy. So, I don't know, lambs skipping in the field, children skipping in the playground. Okay, so Dimitri, I want a sentence with hop, a sentence with jump, a sentence with leap, and a sentence with skip. So I'm going to put these words here. So, for example, I hopped out of bed. It's a little jump, yeah. I jumped with fright when there was a loud bang. I leaped across the gap, yeah, the large gap. And that's an L, that needs to be an A. So I leaped across the large gap. I leaped across the gap. And then the final one, yeah, I skipped down the street. Let me get this right. I skipped down the street because I was happy. Yeah, or yeah, the boxer spent 10 minutes skipping rope. Yeah, the boxer spent 10 minutes skipping rope. Oh, I need to get these in the right positions. Okay, so there you've got different ideas of them. Yeah, okay, a hop, let's see, skipping is probably more speed, whereas hop is just a little jump. I guess so you could say I skipped into the cafe for a cup of coffee as well. You could use I hopped into the cafe as well. Whereas jump, yeah, as I said, is more generic. To leap is a big jump. Yeah, so you're skipping because you're happy, or you're skipping because these are just little jumps. Okay, great. Well done, Dimitri. I saw him hop on one leg while trying to put on his trousers. Yeah, I'm very good at that. We are moving in leaps and bounds. Okay, I skipped the first chapter of the book. Yeah, this is to skip over. And he can jump up and down until his head falls off. These are really, really good. These are fine. Okay, so I'm going to leave this one, and I wanted to look at the verb to see. Yeah, so let's think about the verb to see. So what meanings do you know for the verb to see? Yeah, what different meanings could you think of for the verb to see? Because let's see, that's a good example. Let's see, we use see really in a lot of different ways. Yeah, a lot more than just what you can see with your eyes. Okay, so while you're thinking about this, let's look at some different possible meanings of to see. So, for example, yeah, to perceive or detect something with your eyes. Yeah. Okay, let me find a clear space here. So to see something or detect with your eyes, I can see the bus coming. Okay, that's easy. To witness. Okay, this is good. This is good, Dimitri. To glance, to glimpse, to stare, to look. So, what is to glance? To glance. This is talking about a side to gaze. That's good as well. Yeah, I've got several of these written down. I don't know where I put them. Okay, yeah. Okay, so to glance is to look sideways, yeah, or to have a little look, to turn your head to look at something. So he glanced to his left, or he glanced to his right. Okay, and we've got this glimpse, stare, look, gaze. Okay, these are great. Okay, so to glance. We can also use to glance, meaning to hit the edge of something. So, for example, I glanced the table. Yeah, I hit it very, very, very quite gently, just on the side. the bullet glanced off the wall. Okay, so it's just a hit at an oblique angle. But if you look at that, we use to glance meaning a glance. So can I have a glance at the newspaper? Yeah, he glanced at the newspaper. Or the boss looked at me, he glanced at me. So this is a very short, quick look. So if you can, could you give me a sentence using glance in some of these different ways? Yeah. I glanced the postman coming through the window. Yeah. So yeah. I glanced the postman walking down the street. Yeah, I glanced out of the window. It's just a quick look. Yeah, it takes a very short time. Okay, so could you try some sentences with these? I know it takes a while to think about them, and they're not the easiest of things. I quite like this verb to glance. Yeah, you could say in this first one, he hit me a glancing blow. Okay, so it just moved off the edge. It bounced off the edge. It didn't hit me directly full in the face. It just glanced off the edge. It hit the edge and then bounced off. I glanced sideways, okay, in his direction. That's good, Dimitri. I glanced sideways in his direction. That's good. I glanced at him. I glanced at the work he was doing. Okay, could you give me an example with this? To glance against something, to glance off something. It's talking about hitting something obliquely. Obliquely. Yeah, not hitting it full in the face. Yeah, okay, so yeah, he threw the stone at me and it just glanced off my coat. It bounced off, if you like, but to bounce on the side, not bounce directly forwards back. Yeah, but on just hitting the side of. Yeah, so it only glanced me. It didn't hit me fully. It just glanced against me. The bullet glanced off the edge of the wall and bounced off. That's good. That's really good. That's the other idea with this one. So let's try the next one, which is glimpse. Okay, so I caught a glimpse of my friend in the crowd. Okay, so to get a glimpse of something, to catch a glimpse of something, to be able to see it, but for a very, very short time. Yeah, a glimpse, you're seeing just a little bit. Yeah, and only for a short time. He gave me a glimpse of the things that he had bought, or he gave me a glimpse of the presents. the presents, yeah, the Christmas presents, for example. Okay, so a glimpse of. We came round the bend and I got a glimpse of our destination. I saw it, I managed to see it, but for a very short time. So Dimitri, could you try giving me an example of this to glimpse as well? Maybe, yeah. I could see a glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Okay, so just a tiny bit. It suddenly shone for a very short time. Yeah. I think these vaccinations are providing a glimpse of hope for the future. Yeah, I think there's definitely a glimpse. We may be glimpsing, there may be a glimpse of hope, just a little bit. I've missed the eye. Okay, we got a glimpse of Brexit in the first months of this year. That's very good. That's, you got a glimpse of the reality of what Brexit's going to be like. I get the feeling that the Europeans are being as obstreperous and as difficult as possible. Yeah, so a glimpse, a small thing. Okay, the next one, stare, is really easy. Okay, so firstly, you need to think about it. It's to stare at somebody. Yeah, so he stared at me. Because he was angry. Or I stared at the screen with astonishment. Okay, so a stare is a long, hard look. Yeah, it's a long look. So I stared at the beautiful view. Okay, so it's to look for a long time, probably, maybe even not blinking. Let's see, a glimpse in today's news. Good. Yes, that's very good. This news article gave us a glimpse of the Prime Minister's true character. Yeah, that's quite good. I like this, a glimpse into today's news. Okay, so we're now into stare. Yeah, to stare at is to look at for a long time, either because you're angry, or because something is beautiful, or it's interesting, or you're surprised about it. I stared at the letter because the information was difficult to believe. Okay, so could you give me a sentence with stare as well? Yeah, while you're working at it. That's good. Okay, the connection seems to have stabilized a bit, which makes things much better. I'm sorry, I really apologize about all the problems we had to start with. Okay, I stared at the letter because the information was difficult to believe. Yeah, to stare in amazement. To stare in anger. Okay, so And my granny always said that it's rude to stare. I think she's quite right. If an animal stares at you, it's definitely being aggressive, and clearly it's clearly being quite rude. Okay, I'm going to jump look because look's too easy, but let's do this last one. So, to gaze at something. Yeah, to gaze is a long look. I was staring at him awestruck. I love that word, awestruck, Dimitrios. That's a good word as well. Okay, to gaze at something. Normally you gaze at something because it's beautiful. Yeah, I think gaze works very similarly to stare. I guess you could gaze in amazement. Yeah, to gaze. I gazed awestruck. I gazed at her beauty. Beauty. I gazed at the view. The two lovers gazed into each other's eyes. Okay. Yes, I was staring at him awestruck. So I missed this. Each other's eyes. Okay, normally if you gaze, most normally you're happy when you gaze. You gaze at something because it's beautiful. I gazed at the beautiful scenery. Whoops, I'll put that in the wrong place. I gazed at the beautiful scenery. Yeah. Yes, the two lovers gazing into each other's eyes. Although you could gaze at something because you find it difficult to believe. I gazed at the bill in astonishment. I gazed at the bill in astonishment. And this one doesn't tell us if I was astonished because it was so big or astonished because it was so small. Yeah, it can work in either of the two ways. Okay, so I gazed at the bill with astonishment. So also, I think when you gaze, there's almost like a look of rapture on your face as well. So give me a sentence using to gaze, Dimitri. Yeah. Okay, yes, to gaze. Gazing at a view, to gaze into somebody's eyes. But then again, yes, you could gaze with astonishment as well, I guess. Okay, so let's just try this. Okay, to look at something for a long time, normally in surprise or admiration. Yeah? Or maybe even because you're thinking about something else. Yeah? It's to have your attention fixed on something. Yeah, to look intently with fixed attention. I think most normally because you really like it or it's really lovely. So as everyone was gazing mesmerised and dumbfounded at the exotic beauty. I love those. The language you've used there, Dimitri, it's really good. Everyone was gazing mesmerised. He was left gazing speechless. That's good. Normally he's speechless because he's in a trance, but it might be because it was good or might be because it was bad. Yeah? Okay, I think we've had our half hour today, Dimitri. I'm sorry about the problems. I'm also sorry that Gertrudis Gertie couldn't join us. I think she had connection problems as well. Thank you for bearing with me, and well done. I will see you again next week. I'll send you a line and a message, and we can fix a time that's good for you. So take care of yourself, very definitely. And I think I don't know if you have to go back to work tomorrow, but I hope you don't. Okay, thank you for being so patient about it. I will see you next week, my friend. Thank you. Bye bye.